All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of WEEZCAST. I'm your host, Gordon, with co-host
Caleb Chassis
and co-host
Stephen Prindler
and very special guest.
Hey, I'm Shane.
We have just listened to the third record from the season's albums from Weezer, Autumn, and we're going to jump right into our thoughts on it. So, Shane, is this your first time listening to like a Weezer album straight through?
Yes. Yeah, 100%. Like, I've heard Weezer on the radio, and I've heard Aiden gush about Weezer repeatedly, but I've never sat down and listened to a Weezer album.
So this is your first time for that?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. I'd like you to start off with your opinion on Can't Dance.
Oh, boy. All right.
Don't ask me, if you will.
Can't Dance, Don't Ask Me. On a strictly platonic level, I associated with the title of this song. I also can't dance, and I don't want to be asked about it, so I relate that way. But I did like the feel of this song. It had just like a fun feel to it, and it feels like it would be a good song that you could listen to while driving, going on a road trip. You got the boys, you're packed up, you're going to an Airbnb, and you're listening to this song on the way. So, yeah.
Cool. Steven, what'd you think?
I think this song is amazing. It's like absolutely, like, from start to finish, there's no point in the song where it ever like drops in quality at all. Like, usually a song will like vary from verse to chorus to bridge, but the song is just straight through, like, completely enjoyable on the same level the entire time. So it's really good. I don't really know what it's about other than not being able to dance, but I don't really care because it makes me feel like I want to dance.
Ironic.
Alright, so great start. Love the synth. Love this song. Such a bop, and I love the whole thing. I think it's a great starter, and I could not ask for more for a fall album.
Fair enough.
Wow.
That's it for it?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say kind of along the lines of Steven said, because it's ironic because it's called Can't Dance, Don't Ask Me, but it's very danceable. One of the most danceable songs on the album. It is a great start to it. Like, the music is compiled so well. I just love the electric guitars and the bass, especially like later on in the song during the bridge. I wrote that the bridge is lit as frig. The music is 10 out of 10, and I love it. It's a really, really catchy song. Also, in the spreadsheets for this album, one of the things initially, because this project, instead of being seasons, originally it was going to be albums inspired by different artists. And this one was supposed to be Franz Ferdinand, but that one actually was kept in the spreadsheet for it because he released the Google spreadsheet. And so this song actually, and a few of the other ones, you can really just get that like dance rock vibe from, which is pretty cool.
We all know who Franz Ferdinand is, but for the audience, why don't you mention who that is?
He sings the song "Take Me Out."
Now for the audience.
Yeah.
I say, don't you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Take me out.
The audience.
That's the
probably
only song
knows,
I know by him.
Yeah, the audience knows who
But
that is now.
I get the same vibe. But yeah, I don't know, like the lyrics, that's the thing with this album is that most of the music I really, really enjoy, but the lyrics are either they don't make that much sense or I just don't really like them. Like there's lots of, kind of like how in Summer there was a lot of like what they were going for, the vibe in that album was like Roman Catholic, like Roman Empire vibe. So they throw in like random lyrics that kind of don't really necessarily fit in the song to kind of just like give it that vibe. So there's a lot of stuff I find here that's like referencing, like he says at the beginning of the song something about being crucified, and then later on, like I don't know, it's like they throw in these like weird religious tones to it that I'm kind of like I find a little bit off-putting about it, but it's not like anything sacrilegious, I think. But I gotta say the song's great, and I talked about it way longer than any of you. And you guys, that was like a lot. I'm so sorry.
We had to explain some things for the audience.
Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah.
Shane asked for
I'm just looking out for you guys.
clarification.
No, the audience asked for clarification.
Yes. Somebody commented. All right. Well, then moving on to track 2, Get Off on the Pain. Steven.
I was hoping you'd start with me.
Really?
Did anyone else get reminded of Pinkerton?
Kind of, yeah.
No.
It's very Pinkerton-y. Like
It's Weezer
lyrics
For the
and
audience.
For the audience that hasn't seen our other videos, Pinkerton is Weezer's second album that's very depressing lyric wise, and music wise it's very like high energy, heavy, like their heaviest album.
Doesn't sound the best.
It does not sound good. No, it's very unpleasant unless you like are really in the mood for it. It's a mood. It's not a good mood.
So would you say that's the same for this song? You have to be in the mood for it?
Kind of, because the song, like, the lyrics are, like, really kind of depressing, where he's just kind of accepting the pain of his life that he, you know, decides to get off on it rather than not like it, I guess. But the music is obviously different from Pinkerton's style, and it's, like, higher quality and better sounding. Yeah, not the best song on the album, but it's still not bad.
Caleb? Followed by Shane.
So when it says right by your side and it stops and it goes back into it, I love the change into that. I also love the dark theme when it changes back into verse 2. Gives a new whole vibe from it. It's a nice song, and the bridge is really nice to listen to as well. Yeah, it's not the worst song ever to exist. But yeah, it's pretty good.
Are you in marketing? It's not the worst song ever, but it's
Isn't
a
this
song.
one of your favorite Weezer albums?
It is. Like, I
So I should hope that one
don't
of them-
hate a song on this album.
Okay, okay.
Like, Summer, I could say a lot about Summer. But this... just
He's
good.
out of line, but he's right. Shane?
My first note just says masochism ? So I think that's what this is about. I did enjoy the song, not as much as Can't Dance, Don't Ask Me, but I thought it was a fun, enjoyable song in kind of a dark, sick, and twisted way. If it was a movie, I was picturing, because my brain works in like images, so when I hear the songs, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to turn on my internal TV. Thanks, ADHD. I was picturing like a car crash scene, so it was like a dark, rainy night, car crash, somebody stumbles out, maybe somebody died, and they're going through the trauma of that situation. That's at least what, you know.
That's
The psychosis told me.
that's beautiful.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's what I got out of that one.
I picture a galloping horse right at the beginning, that bum 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 with the riff. I picture him riding into town on a horse, and it's like really dark outside,
Gets
and
in a
it's
horse
spooky.
accident.
It's the town looks just like on the cover of the album up there. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not. I don't think you can, but on the
They'll
cover,
fix it in post.
on the cover of this album, like I picture like that. It's like all purple, and then like you know, they're burning the witch at the stake or whatever. He says something about the neighbor doing witchcraft. It is a pretty spooky song. It's definitely got the vibe to fit the album. And actually, the same thing as Caleb with the change between, like, from the chorus to verse 2 especially, but really all of the changes, they seem very abrupt, but they're kind of cool too. Like, they're not abrupt in a bad way. It's just really unique. And then when Pat starts doing, like, it's like almost like a weird offbeat in verse 2 whenever it comes back in. It's very, like, it's very cool. It shakes it up a little bit, and yeah, that's all I have to say about that one.
So, what happens after you?
That's right. Caleb, what do you think?
Another fun song. I never noticed this, but it sounds like it has like a jazz organ inside of the verses, and I thought that was pretty cool because I never noticed it. I also like the bridge. I find that was also the best part as well. And I especially love this one comparing to most of the songs on the album.
Definitely a favorite. Is it your favorite song on it?
Third favorite.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Eeny, meeny, Stephen.
This song is definitely S tier. It's probably Weezer's best song ever.
That's far-fetched.
That's
It's
really far-fetched.
Not even.
What
There's
the
like
frick?
the top songs ever, like Garden of Eden, Go Away, and What Happens After You. And I think this one's number 1.
All right.
You look like you want to kill me.
No, I've heard more heresy out of your mouth than that.
Like that the green.
I mean, because it's a great song. It is a great song.
best
So.
album.
I do have one complaint about it. Right at the beginning, he says, "Did I hear an echo?" And there's nothing. And then the next line, he says, "Corrosion in the wires." And then there's a background echo. Corrosion in the wires. Why didn't they echo when he says echo? That throws me out every single time. It annoys me.
Maybe
I think that's kind of cool that he did that.
Maybe it just
Because he's
doesn't
like, did
sound
I hear
good
an
in
echo?
post.
And then there is an echo after. Gotta
Yeah,
wait for
but
it.
not when he says echo.
It might
That would
not
be
sound
cheesy
good.
and lame. Weezer's never cheesy or lame. Ever. Ever. So.
Cheeser. But yeah, and then the beat drop on the last chorus. It's just kills it.
The Christian Bale meme where he's like, that's what I do.
I was picturing
He's like Sigma.
the one from Emperor's New Groove, Pacha.
Oh, he's like that, yeah. Shane, what did you think?
I thought it was cheesy and lame. No, I just made that up when I heard you guys say cheesy and lame. I actually have my own thoughts about it. I had a spooky intro, but then immediately stopped being spooky as soon as the vocals started, which I appreciated. It ended up being a little bit more upbeat, I felt, than the previous songs. One of the weird things, okay, we've established that I've got mental problems, but I saw, like, it felt like the start of a movie where it's establishing a character, probably like a coming-of-age character. I pictured like a Marty McFly, like riding his skateboard. For you younger people, Marty McFly is from a movie known as Back to the Future. It came out a long time ago. But anyway, so Marty McFly's riding around on his skateboard. He's like solving some questions on the chalkboard. And then like when the song ends, he's like throwing his backpack on. And you're like, I know that character now. I like this song. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it.
That was a trip.
Wow. I try.
Marty McFly.
Oh, yeah.
Really, the only thing I would say about this song, whenever it first came out, I absolutely adored it. The part where that Caleb is talking, no, where that Steven was talking about, where like it goes back into the chorus and then the drums kind of go slower. They go like half the timing. It's so good. And they had Weezer did this thing that was like Wordle, but it was called Weasel. And if you figure out what the word is leading up to the season, for however many songs there were, if you got the word and it was a word in the song, you got to hear part of the song early, and that part was the part of the song that played. And I thought, holy crap, this is incredible. And then when I started listening to the song and the chorus didn't have the drums like slow like that, I was like, what, did they change it? This is not as good. But then when it came in, because it makes you wait for it, it's that much better. Also, there's a couple songs this is applicable to. They took something from an unreleased song, and actually one of my favorite unreleased Weezer songs is Everybody Needs Salvation. It's got one of their absolute best guitar solos, and the finisher of the solo in this song is taken from Everybody Needs Salvation. So it's kind of cool that they used that.
I didn't even know that.
Oh, well, it's a really great song. You
I
should
didn't know
listen
it
to
either. Shocker.
That is shocking, actually. That's really shocking. That was everybody for that one, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I thought about making something, but I thought it's too dumb, so...
What do you mean?
Well, you can't say you thought about something and then don't, not
Yeah,
tell
No,
us.
it's too late.
Was it a segue?
Come on.
Yeah.
What was it?
Well, it's too late. I can't say
Well,
it.
this is a terrible segue.
This is the worst
Whatever you
segue.
had would have been better.
Yeah.
Nope, I can't say it.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, Francesca's next.
that could have used a great segue. That would have been great if we had a nice segue
I know,
in
right?
there.
WEEZCAST is the home of really awful segues and really good ones too. This is the
How
longest.
do you segue Francesca?
Yeah, that's what I'm dying to know.
Well,
Come
listen,
Okay, tell us after, I guess.
Alright. Pretty bad, though. So.
This song's got pretty decent music, but I don't really like the words that much. This is another one that's got like a crucifixion reference. He's talking about the nails in his wrists. It almost seems like it's like a romance. It's like a forbidden romance, but yeah, that's it.
Wow.
I don't know. It's like it's kind of catchy. It does continue the vibe of the album pretty good. But yeah, it's an okay song. It's definitely one of the weaker ones on the album. Steven?
This one kind of reminded me of the Green Album combined with Van Weezer. Which, if you can imagine that. I don't know. It's
Funny that you say Van Weezer. Very funny.
Why?
Because I'll tell you after.
Okay.
Another segue.
Well,
Maybe.
I'm going to tell him after
Another
my turn.
Non-segue. Missed segue.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not like a super great song, but it's not bad. It's just like... It's an okay song.
Now I want to know what you were going to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Fan Weezer, what do you compare this to She Needs Me?
She Needs Me?
Yeah, because
She Needs Me sucks.
Yeah, but you could say the same for this if you think She Needs Me sucks, because they kind of have the same message but flipped.
Huh?
She Needs Me, and then I Need Francesca.
Oh. Okay, but it's still a totally different song.
I don't care. I want to know your
You think he cares? He just don't care.
fun song.
All right.
You can go.
Oh, I thought I was waiting. I was sitting on the edge of my seat. I'm left with the question, who is Francesca? I need to know. Not really. I don't really care that much. It doesn't matter. It's just some made-up name. But there is one thing. You mentioned that some of the lyrics were kind of... They didn't feel right with you. And there was one, and it's going to sound so dumb, but there's one that made me go like, come on. It says, I'm literally dying. And I'm not trying to be cynical here, but I don't think that he was literally dying. So I don't know. That one kind of bothered me. Like, just a little bit. Not like enough to complain about it on a Weezer podcast, but I'm complaining about it on a Weezer podcast. If we want to dive more into pictures I got during this, it's like sitting on a... Oh, thank you. It's a nice autumn day. Leaves are falling. I'm sitting on a bridge. You know, I'm moving my feet around like this. You can't see my feet, but I'm moving my feet around like this.
They're moving. We'll fix that in post.
Perfect. Thank you. CGI those in. There's like some water down below. I'm questioning who Francesca is. There's cars driving by on the... Oh, you're filming my feet. Perfect. Those go for more money on OnlyFans. There's water down below. I'm just sitting there on this bridge, and like I'm contemplating life, but not in like a bad way, like I'm gonna jump off and kill myself. It's more just like hey, this is a nice day sitting on this bridge with water and leaves around. And at one point in the song, you know, you get up, you walk down the road a bit, and then you realize you'd rather just sit down on the bridge again and look below. I know that's a super specific and ridiculous segment to say, but I mean, that's what I saw when I closed my eyes and we listened to this song.
That's beautiful.
So if Weezer, if you want to use that for your music video, go right ahead as long as you include my feet in it.
Okay.
So the real question is, should she stay or should she go?
That's a good question.
Oh,
I was actually considering having a vote on that matter.
Oh, that was a seg. Oh, that was a really good segue.
He didn't even
I
know.
didn't even. You also got me with another one where you're like, what was it? What happens after you? I thought you guys were just having a conversation, and then I looked at my phone and I felt dumb. But now that I've ruined your segue,
So, should she stay or should she go, Shane?
let me scroll to it.
Every time there's a good segue, we always stop to appreciate it.
It's so good.
I feel better now. I feel better now.
Yeah, it's every time.
Phew. This is very upbeat to start, I put, and then the only other note I have on this is Instagram girl going apple picking. I'm sorry, but that's... I was like, so if you're ever scrolling through Instagram, and you know the Instagram girls that go apple picking, they got the flannel on, it's autumn. I think that's the album we're on, is autumn?
Yeah, that's
that makes sense. So there's pumpkins around, she's apple picking, she's letting everybody know she's apple picking, maybe she's laughing while eating a salad, and this is like a whole montage on her Instagram, and that song is playing in the background.
It's like what she uses. She has that.
Yeah, so that song's playing in the background, and then she's got her whole little Instagram movie for...
Does it make it better? Does it make her post better with the song?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, because at least now you have some music, and you're not just like, oh, Jennifer's apple picking again.
Gosh,
So every fall we gotta look at her in flannel picking apples, but at least this way you got like a bit of a song to go with it. I was somewhere impartial on this one.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, should she stay or go?
she should get out of here.
Oh no.
Girl!
This song is just really groovy. Like, I don't know. It's just got like a steady drum beat and
The bass line.
bass, yep. And then there's saxophone at one part. It's just like, yeah, it's just really groovy, and it's kind of relatable because he's like asking God for advice. It's like I do that all the time, every day, about everything. So, yeah.
Do you post pictures of you apple picking while the song plays?
No, I only have one Instagram post ever.
Oh.
And I'm fixing my car. I didn't even take the picture.
Well, you're fixing the car. How would you take the picture?
I only posted it because my niece was in it helping me, and it was cute.
Aw.
Yeah.
This is my favorite song on the album.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so fun and just so good. More synth. And I love when the piano comes in and like does that thing with all the keys.
I love it when pianos do that thing with the keys.
Yeah, whatever that is. And when the saxophone comes in the last chorus, it's so good. And yeah, I think this is better than the Clash version. Should she stay?
Oh.
Or should I go?
Should I stay or should I go?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great song. Honestly, it's probably one of my favorites on this album too. Because actually one of the things I forgot to say about my only issue with What Happens After You is I feel like it's so candy pop style that eventually
It's so pop.
if you listen to it too much, you get sick of it. Whereas Should She Stay or Should She Go, I've never gotten sick of this one.
It's
I've always
such a
been so
flow.
happy to hear it. I put this one on at work, and people don't complain that I'm playing Weezer when this one's on. They do sometimes, but not for this song. They're always tapping their toes, bopping their heads. And also, did anybody else think Garden of Eden Part 2?
Kinda, yeah, I did.
Because Garden of Eden is a song on spring.
Mm.
But this one's
I
more
did think
directly.
that as
It's like I don't know. It's kind of neat.
I actually thought of that, so.
It's kind of neat that it's like, I guess, a song from the perspective of Adam in the garden. I don't think it's like heretical. It's like a retelling. It's a retelling of the story of Adam and Eve.
Where they picked an apple and ate it.
They
to
didn't
the apple
post it on
picking.
Instagram, though. But
It all comes back to Instagram, girls.
it does. And the next song is The Way I Hate You.
Wow. That was not really a segue.
It literally was. It just wasn't a clever one.
Well,
So,
I'm actually I'm really curious to hear Steven's thoughts on this one. We'll go Steven, Shane, Caleb, me.
Go Steve and Caleb.
why are you so
Aiden,
curious to hear
Shane.
my thoughts?
Okay, do you want that?
No, I don't care.
Okay.
I'm just being
I
problematic.
don't know. I'm just curious.
I think it's a really good song. It
Good.
reminds me of an 80s song, just the way it is. Except for the bridge. The bridge is different. It's still really good. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. The lyrics are kind of harsh. Like really harsh. But, you know, it's still a good song. Yeah.
alright, so, Weird. This is way different than anything from this album. It's way different, I find. It reminds me of a mix of Everything Will Be Alright with Hurley and Ratitude. If they make a song from that, like Ratitude lyrics and like put the music style of Everything Will Be Alright and Hurley, that's what it reminds me of.
Okay.
That's really weird, but yeah. So, I mean, this doesn't fit the album. Don't hate it, just don't care for it. Compared to the other summer and spring extra bonuses.
You don't like it as much?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, I actually love this song. I thought it was like, spoilers, spoiler warning. This is my favorite song on the album. I just love the way it started. I loved it all the way through. They had this like cool little sound in the background. I don't know what it was, but it was like weird.
Weirdness.
It was just like a weird sound, but I loved it. I was all about it. And it was like, like if we recap everything at the end, one of the things that I felt about exclusively this song on the album, it was the only one that I could have in like a gym workout playlist. So I was like, all right, bonus points for that. So nothing deep or profound. I just enjoyed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually say that this song brought up my rating for the album from the standard version that's on Spotify, because I would actually say too that, like, I didn't say Should She Stay or Should She Go is my favorite. I said it's definitely one of my favorites. This is definitely one of my favorites too. This song, especially for being like the added one on, I'd say out of all of the seasons, it's the best one. It's the best like bonus track for the vinyl. The lyrics are really, they're done in a way that's really good storytelling. Like I can picture Rivers like checking himself out in the mirror, like flexing or something, and he's singing about how this guy has a beautiful body, and then you hear I think it's Brian is like, dude, in the background, and and then it's like, yeah, he's talking about himself, but you don't know that at first, so it's like, why is he singing about a guy? But it's kind of sus. So yeah. Anyway, I really like the song. Like after the intro, it grabs your attention right away, and then whenever it goes into the main riff, it's just like, it's hype. I could bench press to this song too.
All right. All right.
I couldn't bench press as much as you to this song, clearly.
One day.
But yeah. And then the one part that doesn't seem to fit, but it's still really good, is, I think it's probably the part that you were calling the bridge, but it's actually a second pre-chorus, where he's like, "Gonna watch your back, better watch your back."
Well, I didn't call it a pre-chorus because it's only before one of the choruses.
Oh, well, anyway, that part reminded me of Gwen Stefani, like No Doubt.
Okay.
I don't know, it gave me No Doubt vibes, which was, I guess, interesting. But anyway, yeah, really, really great song. I like it. It's I definitely like it better than the next song, which, I actually would like to start this one if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Whatever. Anyway, so I'm just gonna say, we're almost at the end of Weezer's discography here, and we have heard Rivers self-loathe before, but never have we ever heard Rivers self-loathe like this. Like, he brings it to a whole new level, saying that he should be burned and castrated and mutilated, and it's just like, the first time I heard this song, I was like, is this even a song? But now I actually kind of like it. It's a decent song. It's just really friggin' odd. I feel like Caleb's opinion's gonna differ than mine. So you go ahead.
Love this song. I think it's one of the best as well.
Are you okay? Are you in a good place?
I don't love it because of the lyrics, but just the sound of it. So it is based off of an older, or I guess you could call it older, but it's from the Winter's Four Seasons album. So, and actually this song was supposed to be on Winter, but they changed it to Autumn. I didn't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that, actually. That's an interesting Weezer fact.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
I guess they changed it because it sounded so autumn-like, but the original song's called Winter, and it was supposed to be on the Winter album. Yeah. So, fun fact.
That's really interesting, because I could not hear this song being on Winter, which I guess is what you're saying.
But, yeah, I love the violins and the entire operation, and I love, when the drums are distorted when they first come in, and then it goes to, normal bass, and, it's just good. I like it.
Cool. Steven?
Yeah, the music is amazing in this song. Best on the album. It's thank you, Vivaldi, for writing this.
Yeah.
Because the music was absolutely phenomenal.
It's like Pinkerton.
His singing, though, is just I feel like it would be better without his singing.
So, literally the track from Vivaldi's Four Seasons.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
That would
With
be
drums.
better. Although it's still not bad. It's just not as good as the original, I guess.
It sounds like Pain, a little bit.
The drums do really add to it. Yeah. Yeah, the lyrics are like Pinkerton again.
Pinkerton times 3.
Wouldn't go that far.
Maybe you're not depressed enough to like it, Aiden.
I mean, I do like
Please, Aiden is depressed enough. Well, I feel like this is the part where I get attacked by the Weezer fans, so I should probably just leave.
No. Please.
Okay, so my notes. Very short on this one. Nightmare Before Christmas, Corpse Bride, Tim Burton movie vibes, but not in a good way. Honestly, I hated this song. I thought it was terrible.
That's fair.
I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry, guys, but
That's fine.
We're not offended.
I didn't like it my first time. Like I said,
I was like, if I had a Weezer tattoo, I'd be embarrassed after listening to this song. Yeah, but that's just me.
You're stupid. I hate. Just kidding.
Yeah. Get out!
If I had a
You're never
Weezer tattoo,
coming back.
I would also be embarrassed.
Yeah.
if you got a Weezer tattoo,
That would
Especially
be
after listening to this song.
whatever, man.
What if they became Satanists?
I know that's the thing. That would really suck. But you know what?
You could be a big fan of Wonder Woman.
It's on my thigh. Nobody knows. Actually, I don't think it's ever been spoken of on WEEZCAST. I have a Weezer tattoo on my thigh.
You're
It's
welcome
my
for
first
bringing
one.
Wait,
it up.
you can't just
Now everyone
bring it
knows.
up with
Take your pants off.
I
Show
have
'em.
shorts on underneath these, so I could, but I'm not going to.
Do it.
I'm not. No. Okay.
next episode.
Run, Raven, Run. It's the final song. I think we should go me this way because we should finish off with Shane's whatever he pictured for this one.
There was no picture on this one.
Okay, that's
Should
all
I
right.
just?
You
My notes are very short.
Okay.
I usually get nice, beautiful pictures of things in my head. This one, all I got is don't like this song. That's it.
Cool.
I didn't like it. So I was like, we're going into this album. I was like, nice, okay, yeah. We just had The Way I Hate You, and I'm like, okay, all right. They're starting to win me over. Then we got Taste Like Pain. I was like, okay, all right. Tim Burton's Let Himself Go. And then we got to this one, and I was just like, you know what? I feel like I should be Raven and running away from this song right now.
Okay.
But
That's
So
why they made
it
it.
kind of
Yeah.
fell off for you there.
oh, big explosion. Can you fix that in post? Put an explosion in there.
Maybe.
Perfect.
Steven, what do you think?
Oh, we're going this way now.
Yeah, we flipped
Okay.
the script.
Yeah,
All right.
I interjected. I'm sorry.
So my notes were like my thoughts as the song was going. So first I wrote not terrible but boring, and definitely the worst song on the album.
I agree.
And then I wrote, oh my gosh, it's so freaking long and boring. And then I wrote, okay, this song sucks. Because it just drags on, and it's a boring song. Like, nothing interesting happens musically or lyrically. It's just like, bleh.
Mm.
It's like ice cream without the cream.
Mm.
It's just cold water.
Soulless water.
And then his singing at the end, where he's like doing a little baby voice,
Yeah,
was so creepy and weird. I just wrote WTF for that. It's you just whispered pedophile vibes to me.
I was told this was a nice family podcast.
Bro,
Then we got Caleb over here.
That's because Summer hasn't been released yet. The episode of Summer, I think that was the one, right? Where he was... I don't know. Anyway. Caleb, what do you think of the song? You were like, this time it's Rivers doing the pedophiling. After the music video from White or something. I don't remember. I don't think...
Oh,
That one was with John Sims.
Of course it was.
Yeah, it was the second one. That one's actually coming out next week, which is going to be before this one's released. So anyway, please, Caleb, go ahead. Sorry. Sorry.
Okay.
I have a hunch he liked it.
Actually, it's the worst song on the album. Yeah. So comparing to songs from Summer, it's tough to say. It's in there. Comparing to Summer, like it's down there, I should say. But on this album, if it was off, then this would be like a perfect 5 out of 5 album for me because I love it so much. The bridge is the best part for sure, and the solo is pretty good. The baby voice is like a slap in the face, and you think, okay, it's okay at first, but then it's like, it's bad. Just turn it off.
Okay.
But there is one good part about it. The bells and like the crows at the end. That was a great
that's true.
setting at the end.
Okay.
Shut the album down.
So if, instead of this entire song, they just played Bells and Crows.
And they called it
Eat
Run
that
Raven
up.
Run
Yeah, just like, yeah.
for like 30 seconds. I'd love
Oh, I forgot. The
It gave me
Pacific
Village vibes.
Sunset
Mm.
Bridge. That was the best part.
Okay.
But you were gonna say that, weren't you?
Yeah, I definitely was gonna throw that in there. All right, this song took me the longest to like. Actually, I never liked it until a little bit ago. I don't know if it was. I think it was shortly after we saw them in concert, because this is one of the ones they did part of this song at the concert as like a ensemble thing towards the end.
Hopefully just the Bells and Ravens part.
Unfortunately, no, but Caleb missed out on this one. So, but yeah, how the riff's going at the beginning, and then the drums are just like bah 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 bah. It's like Pat took he's waiting for Rivers' cue, and Rivers went to scratch his nose. He's like bah 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 bah, hitting the drums. It's like, what are you, Pat? What the frig? Because usually Pat's drumming is like one of the best things about the songs because it's so good and unique, but not unique in this way. So right off the bat, I feel like that throws off the vibe of the song. And like you said, it's kind of boring, I guess. It's interesting that there's an unreleased song from the White Album era called Pacific Sunset. It is an amazing song. It only exists in demo form. But the bridge of this song is the chorus of Pacific Sunset, but without the electric guitar or the sounding good part, basically. So, like, it's okay, but it's, like, slower, and then it builds up into this long solo. And then the baby talk thing, the weird baby talking was, like, really weird. I don't like that at all.
You don't like it?
So, like, listening to that with headphones on in the dark, because I always
Just take those off.
I always stay up
Just
till
take those
midnight.
off.
Whenever a new Weezer album's releasing, I stay up till midnight, and then when it comes out, I listen to it straight through with my Bose headphones on, and I just take it all in, and what a disturbing thing to end off with. Actually, it would be ending off with if it weren't for the crow noise at the end. That was a little comforting compared to the atrocity. So, with that being said, we will move into our overall album thoughts and our star ratings.
Are we
Are we all supposed to do
I
that?
don't know. No, it doesn't matter.
Sorry, it's my first time.
We never do that. It's my first time doing that too, I think. I don't think we ever do that.
We've clapped, but that's it.
Okay, Caleb, start us off.
Wow. Nothing.
Problem?
So overall, when I first started listening to it, Aiden said he didn't really like it. I'm pretty sure you said it was, yeah. And I didn't know what to think of it. I didn't care for it at first. It was just like whatever. I thought it was pretty good, but I didn't care for it. But then the more I listened to it, I found more appreciation for it and realized that this is actually a pretty good album. So yeah, over time I have enjoyed it even more. Definitely gives you autumn vibes, spooky vibes to it. That's why I love listening to it around the spooky season or fall, as you should say. Overall thoughts, I'd say, ooh, this is tough. I'd say 4.6 out of 5 because I've learned to appreciate this a lot comparing to the other Weezer albums.
Okay. Steven?
I love this album as soon as it came out. I was really anticipating it because autumn's my favorite season. And
That's another thing.
This album's going to be good too. And it was. So I was really happy that I was not disappointed. It's got some of the best Weezer songs on there. What Happens After You, Can't Dance, Don't Ask Me.
Should she stay?
Should She Stay or Should She Go? Yeah. And the only song on it that I really don't like is Run Raven Run. So, yeah, overall excellent album. I give it a 4.9 out of 5.
Shane, what do you think?
Okay.
Honest opinion.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna be like, I give it 4.95. No, it's not something that you could. I know this is gonna sound stupid. It's not something you can blast at the gym. And a lot of the music I listen to is at the gym. That's when I have more of my free time. And I like things that I can work out to, with the exception of The Way I Hate You. That'd be the only one that I'd be like, if it came on my headphones or it came on the gym, I'd be like, that's fine, whatever. You just keep doing your thing. Most of the songs feel like they could be either great driving songs or good driving songs, or could fit the soundtrack for a movie, so you could paint some decent scenes with them. There's a couple songs I really liked. I liked The Way I Hate You, What Happens After You, and Can't Dance, Don't Ask Me. I thought Francesca and Get Off on the Pain were like above average for me. Should She Stay or Should She Go would have been slightly below average. Like it was mediocre-ish. And then I despised Taste Like Pain and Run Raven Run. So I figured instead of using 5 stars like you guys do, there's 8 songs on this, so I could give it a rating out of 8. And I give it 5 out of 8 because there was a couple that I really liked. There was a couple I was above average, and then one that was a little under average, and then 2 that I just did not like. So I'll get a 5 out of 8. Let me pull up a calculator to turn it into 5 stars, you animals. Well, let's go like that's 3.125 out of 5.
That's not even that bad, to be honest.
Well, then I'm downgrading it to a 3 out of 5.
All right. Well, like Caleb said, when this album came out, I was disappointed. I stayed up till midnight. Also, I had a very rough evening. I was in a terrible, terrible place. And I was really looking forward to this album. And then I laid in bed and I listened to it and I thought, what the frick? So, I don't know. I really like What Happens After You right away and stuff, but overall, I was really disappointed with it. I couldn't fall asleep after, not having anything to do with the album, but I actually drove to the gym at like 2 a.m. that night because I couldn't sleep. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to give it a second listen on the way to the gym. And then I actually stopped listening to it the second time through and put on my now current favorite album of all time, Color Decay by The Devil Wears Prada. Way better autumn album actually too in general. So anyway, I didn't like the album at first, but it grew on me, it's grown on me, and continued to grow on me. Whenever we started today, I was thinking like 2 point something, but actually I kind of realized, you know what, it's a 3.3. So,
that seems like a very rational, sane rating, not like a 4.9.
yeah, that seems like a bit overkill.
That seems like, oh my goodness, what would a perfect 5 be? Just baby
Spring.
noises?
Spring album.
And make
Spring
believe.
5.
Oh yeah.
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 All right. Well, thank you, Shane, for being here. Thank you for watching, 6 people. And thanks for tuning in for another episode of WEEZCAST.
Oh, we're supposed to do a thing with our hands?
You don't have to.
I don't want to.
Don't do it then. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.